Hello everyone, welcome to another story video. This one is also set in 4th grade, so just to put this into perspective with the other video, this is taking place about the time of the Lionhead Incorporated gift shop. I'm not sure if it's before or after, but anyway, in this story we're going to be talking about the Homework Destruction Club. So basically, like most 4th graders, Harith, Caleb, and I did not like homework, so we founded the Homework Destruction Club. So now, mind you, we weren't like the best students ever, but I mean, we did kind of care about our grades enough to not like throw away homework or do anything to it like before turning it in, because I mean that would kind of ruin our grades. So instead of doing that, we would just destroy homework that had already been graded, so we could do whatever we want with it without any consequences. So basically, we started out small, and we'd mostly just kind of like rip it up and stuff and make paper airplanes. But we kind of got bored of that. Like after a few weeks, decided like that wasn't good enough. So I think I was probably the only one who did this, but I would start taking home the homework, and I'd do one of two things. And the first was I would dig holes in the yard and just put the homework in it and bury it. And the other was putting it in the fridge in like I'd get like a container and put water in it, and then I'd like rip up the homework and just put it in the water and like leave it there overnight. And then when I'd take it out, it'd be frozen, so I could just kind of break it on the ground, and it was very satisfying. But eventually, we'd basically destroyed all of the homework from that whole year. This was taking place at like the end of the year, like May, 4th grade. And so we basically destroyed all the homework that we had to destroy. But so we were in a crisis. We needed more homework to destroy. So there happened to be a recycling bin in the hallway, and basically teachers would just kind of put scrap paper in it. I don't know if it was actually recycled, but anyway, there was like a lot of like junk papers just sitting there in the hallway. So what I started doing was I would like stay after school, and I'd go to the recycling bin, and I'd just pick up as many of them as I can carry and just put it in my backpack. So I'd then take it home and proceed to destroy it. uh, so if you think about it, I was pretty much taking things out of the recycling and putting them into my own landfill. So one of the other ways that we would destroy homework at school, because this is at school, we were primarily based at school, that's just what I did at home, was we would flush the homework down the toilet. So at first we tried to do it like one paper at a time, and we ended up like having so much homework that we just taken from the recycling bin, or at first at this point it was all taken from the recycling bin because we'd already gotten rid of everything else. Um, was we'd start flushing it down the toilet, and it would we were in a portable, so the toilets were, I mean the bathrooms were shared between our class and another teacher, another teacher's class, and so we we tried to flush the homework down the toilet, and basically we put so much in that it didn't work, and we ended up clogging the toilet. And so basically someone went to the bathroom and realized that the toilets were completely clogged, and proceeded to tell the teacher. So the teacher was like taking this really seriously, and until now it had just kind of been a joke, but then the teacher just took it really seriously and started saying okay, we're gonna have an investigation here. So if anyone knows about who did this, who committed the crime, I suppose, who clogged the toilet, then they need to write it on a note card. And both teachers did this because this was a portable. So the teacher next door also was doing that with her class. Um, so basically, I started freaking out because until now it had just sort of been a joke, and I didn't really think it was like a big deal that like the toilets were clogged. So I confessed, and so did Harith and Caleb. We knew we'd taken it too far. The class was also taking this really seriously, and eventually, like at my table, like I kind of said, like, "Oh yeah, I did it." So like everyone at my table like freaked out. They were like, "Oh my gosh, you were like a criminal mastermind." The whole class was just freaking out about this because I just had basically admitted it, and the whole class knew naturally. So they all knew, and they were just like, "Oh my gosh, James did it. Who else could have done it?" And to me, it seemed obvious because we were like the three troublemakers back then, me, Harth, and Caleb. Basically, yeah, we all said on the card like that we did it. I think what I wrote was I did some of it. The punishment was one, we had to clean out the damage that we'd done. We had to unclog the toilets that same day. I was still kind of like grinning the whole time. Um, okay, side story during that. When Harth like went to unclog the toilet, there was like paper in it, but like on top of it there was this bag of bacon, and so he was a vegetarian, so he obviously like couldn't have put it there, but I guess since it was our punishment, he had to take it out anyway. So in addition to that punishment, we had to for the rest of the year, which was like a few weeks, we had to have someone accompany us to the bathroom, like a trusted individual had to like go with us and like stay outside to make sure we didn't sabotage the toilets again. And again, they took it like really seriously, and they were just like, "Oh, you better not do anything." Oh yeah, and so our other punishment was we had to get a phone call home, so our parents would know about it, which that's fantastic. But actually, uh, yeah, my parents. So my parents had to give me like a talk about this. Like they basically said like it's an attitude problem that would like affect the rest of my life or something like that. So after this whole thing ended, it turns out that like really like my parents like thought it was hilarious and like actually like a creative idea. But I mean, obviously I couldn't do it again. But it turns out they and the teacher were like stifling laughter the whole time while talking to us. So that's pretty funny. Just that really no one actually took it seriously. So to this day, I do not regret clogging the toilets with homework. Obviously, I wouldn't repeat this in the future. Um, but yeah, there you have it. The story of the Homework Destruction Club.